next chapter?
Very excited. This is what we've been looking forward to all year, and it's finally here, and I'm very happy.
Al, just what about for you personally going up against the Greek Freak?
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's exciting. It's playoff time. The way that I look at it, it's not going up against him. We're going up against against the Bucks, and a guy like him, you have to do it as you have to be able to contain him as a unit, and that's our mindset for the game.
With so many guys out playing different roles this year and having to deal with so much adversity, how do you think that's helping or going to help you going into this first round?
I think it's helping our group a lot. It's forcing our group to grow up quicker than maybe some of our guys were supposed to, and I think that this is a great opportunity what we have in front of us. We've really worked hard all year to put ourselves in this position, and this is the time that you play for.
How different will this series be than from the regular season? I mean, those 4 games, so much has changed, so much is different about both of these teams.
Yeah, both teams, we're banged up at different times when we played each other. It's going to be, intense. That's what the playoffs are about. Tough, hard-nosed games, and I feel like both teams play that way, so it's going to be fun.
Now, you've guarded Giannis quite a bit this season. What makes him such a unique match this year?
I think it's just his ability to finish, he really is a very athletic player that's able to finish extremely well around the rim, his ability to also get on the break and create chaos that way. It's just important for us to make sure that we're between him and the basket as much as we can, and just making sure that he's not getting anything easy. Easier said than done. He's had some big games against us this year, but that's the point of emphasis that we have heading into the series.
How do you think Brad's management of minutes throughout the season for you has helped you this year be ready, condition-wise, for the playoffs?
I think it's been great. Not only me, but I feel like our medical staff here, and Brad, they're making sure they're doing a good job of all of us are fresh and that we're feeling good going into this stretch. And yeah, I mean, I think they've done a really good job with it. Everything that we've been doing all year is geared for this time of year.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
I feel good. I'm good to go.
Al, there. As a young player, how much does that mean to you? How much do you benefit from that?
Well, I mean, it personally shaped, my career in the NBA, and to that team, it gave us a lot of confidence that we could play at a high level. So, it really just taught me the intensity of the playoffs, the way that you need to play, and that team, that Celtic team was great because, they were, all about defending. They were really committed to helping each other, and they knew their roles really well. So I learned a lot my rookie year playing against them. As hard as it was to play against them, I felt like it shaped my career in the NBA.
That series was a really close series, but Game 7
yeah, I mean,
was that an eye opener for you?
Not really. I mean, I felt like we were over our heads. That group going against that Celtic team. I felt like we pushed them as much as we could to Game 6. At that point, we were pretty worn down, and I think that one of the things that goes unnoticed from that team was the depth that they had, their bench. Everybody always talks about, obviously Garnett, Pierce, Allen, but they had a lot of depth, and I think that's what wore us down in the playoffs that year.
Was KG an interesting indoctrination?
Oh, it's a character. You know how he is. He's out there screaming and just talking crazy on the court, and his energy. I felt like he just he fed off of the crowd a lot here at the Garden, And I just remember coming in here, and it was like, you know, you coming in here, you knew you didn't have a chance to win the game, you know. But we just coming in there, you know, focused and trying to do the best that we could, because the fans, you know, here they just have that extra grit. I feel like, especially for the playoffs, that's what was so fun, and I've had a chance to be on both sides. You know, obviously, as you guys know, and that's one of the things that excites me most, being able to play at home now when the playoffs are starting.
Al, with all these injuries, have your expectations for this team changed?
You know, I think that the way that I look at it is, and whether we were 100% or with all the players or not, we're coming in really focused on what we need to do, and really just focus on game one. You know, I really want the guys to understand that, you know, we can't think about winning. You're not going to win the series in the first game. You're not going to lose it, and you know, it's just being able to stay in the moment and just enjoy this. I think that's, you know, that's what our young guys, and that's what we all need to focus on. So our expectations, we're going to take it game to game, and we're going to compete as hard as we can, and that's that. I don't think that at the beginning of the year we were talking, you know, there's always that talk, but us internally, we're not getting caught up in all that. We're going to take it game to game, and I feel good about this group. I think that, you know, we'll be ready to go for Sunday.
Transition defense has been a point of emphasis all season long, but will be important in this series. How do you limit what the Bucks do best?
Very important. You know, that they do a great job getting out and running, and it's important for us to be able to get back, take away those easy baskets, and set our defense. I feel like when we're able to set our defense in the half court, we're just a tough team. So that's easier said than done. And last game in Milwaukee, they got a lot of easy runouts. So obviously those are things that we need to address, and we need to be better if we want to beat Milwaukee.
In hindsight, just having that film of you guys actually not getting back, does that help you guys prepare for this series? That recent game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just makes us even more aware of how good they are in transition and getting out and running. You know, we just have to make sure that we're great at that. You know, that's the best chance that we have to be successful.
Al, Kyrie led this team in scoring in the first 3 games against the Bucks. Where does the scoring come from for you guys? Where does it need to come from?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna come from different guys. You know, that's one of the, you know, as depleted as we are as a group, that's one of the strengths of our group. You know, I feel like, you know, we're gonna take what the defense gives us, but you know, Terry's gonna be aggressive out there. Jason, Jalen as well. Marcus is going to come in off the bench. Greg is the kind of guy that I see him really contributing, because, you know, I feel like, you know, he's been waiting for this. You know, he's been waiting to elevate his game, and I know that he will. He knows this team really well. You know, obviously he played with them. He was with them in the playoffs last year, so I feel like he's, you know, it's really going to be one of those things that any night can be anyone. And that's what I feel like makes our team more unique. And, you know, the teams can't just focus on one guy.
You talked about KG earlier, Al, and one thing he always prided himself on, whether he was scoring or not, was defense. Do you see yourself maybe in that same role sometimes, that if I'm shutting somebody down, if I'm keeping them from getting a key basket here and there, I'm doing my job?
Yeah, I mean, I think we understand as a group that in order for us to be successful, we need to defend and we need to rebound. And a lot of the times, you know, the average person or the fan will see the end result of a play. They'll see a block, they'll see, you know, a steal, but it takes different guys to be in different positions to make those plays happen. So, you know, Baines is the perfect example. A lot of times he doesn't get a lot of credit, but his presence makes us that much better defensively. So being in the right place at the right time, doing those little things, I think that's what's going to help our group, you know, be successful.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Al.
All right, thank you guys.